Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So during the last couple of months, there were times when there were shipping delays. You know, people at the post office probably quiet quitting or something. And while I was waiting for my bismuth to arrive, I started making art out of zinc just to explore a little bit. And the US dollar is still unofficially backed by zinc, and so got a good supply of that stuff. Although at the pace we're going, it looks like Biden may temporarily suspend that at any day now. So I've been kind of stocking up, even if I don't have anything in mind to make at the moment. These are Buddhas. I like how zinc is a heck of a lot less brittle than bismuth. Usually when you pour this out of bismuth, a bunch of it flakes away. I really hate losing any of the bismuth because I view it almost like a precious metal. So then you have to collect all the slag together and recycle it. I just hate losing any metal. Zinc, bismuth, you know, I make sure to recycle all the oxides when I can. And also some people are concerned that, you know, they got metal shavings on their hands. Are concerned about toxicity. Understandably, you know, most people think of bismuth as some other heavy metal, right? And so, and also this is just so cheap, and it's a lot easier to, even if I have customers who haggle. I mean, all of this came from $50 worth of pennies right there. Give you an idea of how cheap this stuff is, right? I could haggle all day with this stuff, right? And also the molds hold up pretty well too. I haven't had to replace any of these molds, so despite zinc having a considerably higher melting point than bismuth, right? Only pouring copper and silver have I damaged any of these molds, right? If I just stick with bismuth and zinc, the molds pretty much last forever, right? I hope to try copper again at some point. I tried it one time, and it's hot, so it's hard to control the pouring. I got to get some better PPE probably at some point. I'll need to get some better PPE anyway, because I hope to work with some of the more exotic elements, and I'll definitely try copper again. Actually, this is less than 50 because I also pulled out a bunch of copper coins from there. I've been accumulating quite a bit of copper coins from doing this, and I'll give it another try at some point. I think this will turn out really well. My ultimate goal is to pour one of these out of gold. I hate to melt down any good stuff to do this with, though. So what I've been doing is every time I see something damaged, like on eBay, like a coin with a hole in it, or some jewelry that's out of style or something, I'll buy it, and when I have enough, I plan to do one of these. It's going to take about 7 ounces or so of gold. I'll also have to figure out how to refine all the gold out of the crap jewelry that I've been buying. Some of it was only 14, 18 carats. I guess I could also try recycling computer equipment for gold. I had a friend, he passed away unfortunately, who showed me how to extract gold from computer equipment. I have a funny story about that friend, actually. He and I had both dated this girl, and unfortunately the girl has also passed away. He was showing me how to extract gold from computer chips, and he had a bottle of muriatic acid, hydrochloric acid. And I asked him, "Where'd you buy that stuff?" He says, "Oh, you could just buy it at Home Depot." Now, the girl we had both broken up from was now working at Home Depot. When he said Home Depot, I gasped. I went, he said, "Oh, yeah, don't go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, and they have the same stuff." And that gave me a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. And he showed me the gold that he had. It was only a small bead, though, and he must have worked with a truckload of computer chips, and my heart just kind of sank. And unfortunately, I was real jealous of him. he and I had both dated this one girl, but he got a lot more involved in terms of body functions with that girl. And I was just really jealous at the time. I mean, I'm no longer jealous of that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, 3 years ago, the reason he passed away was because he was such a social butterfly. He was never more than 6 feet away from anyone else. That's what killed him 3 years ago, unfortunately. Now, the girl that both of us was involved in has also since passed away. And what really killed her was that she was really ambitious and trying all sorts of stuff. They both studied chemistry. And both of them always scared me with all the experiments that they were doing, and I always worried for their safety. And unfortunately, the girl that we were both involved in sometimes took a little bit more risk than she should, and that's what killed her a few months ago. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.